What is the best exercise to burn belly fat, you ask? Well, you know by now that what we eat, how much we eat, and how often we eat are the primary factors in determining fat loss and fat gain. But exercise does matter. So here's my big tip for the day. Your weight loss will be more successful if you do anaerobic exercise, interval training, rather than aerobic exercise. Aerobic is when you exercise at a moderate rate for a sustained period of time, like jogging, cardio machines, running, cross-country skiing, and spinning. But aerobic exercise has little effect on visceral or belly fat. Our bodies are composed of subcutaneous fat and visceral fat. And visceral fat is what we want you to be losing here at BonVie Weight Loss. And that visceral fat gets burned most effectively with anaerobic exercise. Anaerobic happens with alternating short bursts of intense exercise with longer stretches of milder exercise. In fact, studies have found that interval training increases the presence of fat-burning enzymes and can boost fat loss by up to 9 times compared to aerobic exercise. So how do you do interval training? It's easy. If you're already walking, jogging, or biking, simply include short intervals of high-intensity effort. Like instead of walking at the same pace for 30 minutes, aerobic, try walking at your normal pace for 5 to 6 minutes, then do an aggressive speed for 2.5 to 3 minutes. Then back to the normal pace and repeat. The high-intensity phase should last half as long as a slower resting phase. Studies show that interval walkers had a 20% improvement in control of blood sugar, and both their A1C and cholesterol levels dropped, while the steady-pace walkers saw no improvement at all. Now let's talk sumo style. We think of sumo wrestlers as fat, right? But typically they have very little visceral fat. Almost all their fat is subcutaneous. They also have a lot of muscle mass. They maintain this large total fat to visceral fat ratio by 1. Intense anaerobic exercise alternated with periods of rest. That's interval training. 2. They consume calorie-dense foods. And 3. They train early in the morning prior to eating a large breakfast. Morning exercise for sumo wrestlers prior to eating makes their bodies quickly deplete any carbohydrate stores, so they have to use fatty tissue for energy. Now, since most of us are not sumo wrestlers, at BonVie, we do want you to eat first thing in the morning to break the fasting mode, which can slow down metabolism. And we want that to be protein so that you can use fat as your primary fuel during exertion. So as far as exercise goes, if you want to target visceral fat, go for interval training. And if you want to learn much more about shedding body fat, hit that subscribe button now.